Alright, what is up guys? Professor Akali here bringing you a new video of all of the YONE leaks we have so far. Guys, there is so many different leaks from pro players, rioters teasing abilities. Leaks are coming out of on everywhere from Reddit to Twitter. And honestly, I have waited because I've seen leaks happen every single day. I didn't want to make a video every day about this because I felt like it was a little unnecessary, but there have been so many different things, artwork, abilities, heads up displays, in game. All this stuff is leaked, and we're going to be going over everything. Even Riot gave a little something something in the video that a lot of people missed. So we're going to be going over exactly what we know so far. I have compiled so many different things, and we're going to head right into it without wasting any more time. But actually, we are wasting more time now. But seriously though, guys, really quickly, I want to mention, you see this little green Heimerdinger right here? This is the Pool Party Heimerdinger Emerald Chroma. It's an exclusive chroma you get from being in the League Partner Program. I have a ton of codes to give out to you guys, and if you want to enter to win these codes, all you have to do is follow my Instagram. Link is down below, and like my most recent picture. It's super simple, and this code is unobtainable unless you're a League content creator, so check that out. Anyways, plug aside, we're just going to exit out. First thing is first, guys, I want to start off by mentioning something. There's a lot of different things that people just haven't noticed. First one, I'm sure most of you have seen this. We might watch it at the end of this video just in case you haven't. But in case you haven't seen or you have seen it, I bet most of you don't have an attachment to your YouTube or Google Chrome that tells you what the tags are for a YouTube video. And they actually give away YONE's title in this video. So if you scroll down, if you have the add-on for Google Chrome, you can actually see that YONE is going to be called the Kin of the Stained Blade. There's a bunch of small other things right here, but pretty much the only thing that matters is going to be the Kin of the Stained Blade. This is something small I want to get off the back end. And we're going to go over the quick timeline because there's been so many different leaks from a week ago until now. But, you know, really quickly, this was the first concept art that got leaked back 3 a.m. July 8th. I remember waiting until like 7 a.m. just to see if more things would leak because the skins were leaking left and right at that night. And then even mentioned later, like this is another skin, Spirit Blossom YONE. They have their interaction to go with it. So you got that as well. And we're not going to waste too much time on the Twitter stuff because this is kind of old news. We're going to go ahead and go onto a community. This isn't a leak, but this is something really interesting that I want to go ahead and highlight as a part of this whole thing of information we have on the new champion. We have stuff from a pro player as well. We have so much good stuff, but this is something for fun. Someone asked any speculation on YONE's abilities based on what we know so far. And he said, I wonder if there's going to be any two forms sort of vibe, blah, blah, blah. You guys can read that. And I think something, this is what really I wanted to mention, highlight. We can potentially assume that his R might be a super dash that he used to kill the demon in the cinematic. Then his Q could be very similar to Yasuo's Q, based on a tweet from Endless Pillows himself, the designer of the champion. Now, just so you guys know, he mentioned it here. Endless Pillows is the one who made YONE, or is going to be the new champion. I don't even know if it's actually confirmed to be YONE by Riot. They haven't said the name, but it's essentially confirmed either way. And this picture leads into this. Very weird Twitter format, to be honest. But what it says here is, how epic do you reckon the 1v1 between the upcoming Masked Assassin and Yasuo will be? And he does a thinking emoji, and he's doing two blades and a hurricane, and then he's doing double swords and then a hurricane. He's essentially saying that they're both going to be similar and that they're going to use the wind or have some kind of, you know, like the cyclone or whatever his Q is called. I can't think of the word right now. But the difference is YONE has two swords, as you can tell from essentially, I think pretty much every picture you can tell he has the two blades instead of just one. So that's going to lead into, you know, this just makes sense. So you got this, you got this as well, because I don't think this one's been mentioned yet. I think this is what there is going to be the base splash art, because this looks extremely legitimate. And people on Reddit were saying, I don't know if this is real or fake, but I saw this picture starting to go around on Twitter. Um, I do believe, I do believe this is to be legitimate. It looks extremely well done, and if it's not, well, holy crap, Riot did a really good job, or someone did a really good job making it. I think I opened this a few times. But now, the last thing I want to mention is the UI. And this one, I'll tell you guys right here. Actually, this isn't the last thing I want to mention. There's another thing that's really useful, or cool rather. This one right here, this picture has had some speculation around it because it kind of looks like Aphelios, but like also the artwork doesn't seem as legitimate as you would assume. The leaks seem to be coming from reliable sources, but you never know until Riot announces it for sure. But everything so far has been pretty legitimate. All of these different, just all these different leaks seem to be pretty legitimate. And if that is the case, then it seems like he will be somewhat of a, I guess, I don't want to say basic, maybe a little bit more complex in like a different type of way rather than just your standard QWER. It does have the kind of like tornado, that's the word, tornado aspect to it, or a few rather. He's got the two blades very clearly highlighted a few times. And honestly, it's, I'm kind of, I'm feeling like it's not completely legitimate, but I don't know for sure. But if it is, these are what the spells will look like. But another thing I wanted to mention before we go into the spells that you can kind of see within this video is I actually wrote this down, and I don't know if I can even say the actual pro player that mentioned this, but so I'm not going to. But this is something interesting for sure, and I want you guys to let me know what you think about this in the comments. We have it right here. So one of the pros mentions that Banshee's Veil is going to be very important. I think he said extremely important to counter Yone, even though he's an AD assassin. I wrote this down because I was confused about it. But the thing is, if he's an AD assassin and you're still wanting to build MR, that kind of might mean something along the lines of he does have a super fast dash that like does a ton of damage. Like he's a very mobile assassin. He is an AD assassin, by the way. He is confirmed to be an assassin. AD, whether he's mid lane and can jungle, who knows? I think it's just a mid laner, but he is an AD assassin. And what that means is he either has some form of stealth mechanism where you simply, like a Shaco level of stealth, where it's not like Akali where you get close enough, or wait, it's not like that type of stealth where if you get close enough you can see him. It would be a straight up invisibility where you pop out and do a ton of burst, in which case Banshee's Veil might be useful if you're not able to reliably zone use it. So that's something. And overall, I don't really know what to think of this specifically. You have the different abilities, and I don't want to go through this whole thing because I think a lot of people have already seen this. It's, you know, it's got so many views, and I think people have reacted to it before. But I'll just watch the last 2 minutes of it so we can kind of go over it. Because honestly, I kind of wanted to do that on my channel earlier, but I decided not to. So, by the way, this is the new champion. Now this is a part to keep in mind. Look for any potential abilities. I love the rage and the glow. The two glows, one for each blade, I would assume. Yeah, that's oh beautiful. I will say really quick. Number one, I trash talk Riot sometimes, but this is probably one of the greatest videos I've ever seen. Number two, keep in mind there's two things going on in this. He's charging up an ability, and then it does appear like he does have this form of dash, or maybe he's shooting it. You know what? This does line up pretty well with the whole Banshee's Veil aspect. I do believe it's going to be a spell. I don't see it being a magic damage spell, but I do see it being a spell. So now he's absorbed the power of the demon, I would assume. Yeah, I just this is such an amazing video. I'll give him credit for that one. Guys, I think that's it for now. The champion, to be clear, champion should be dropping on Tuesday onto the PBE, the test server. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because I'll be making content on him, gameplay, his abilities when they're fully revealed. I will be making videos on that. And other than that, be sure to leave a like on this video. Check out the Heimerdinger skin giveaway down below. Just follow my Instagram and like the newest picture. And other than that, guys, I hope you're hype because I am so hype. I am so hyped to play this champion. This has to be maybe the most hype champion release ever. Much better than Lilia or whatever. You know, that champion's boring. That champion's old news. It's not even released yet, but it's old news. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching and have a good one. Peace out.